How's it going, guys? This is Jacob with H.I.T with another video. Today we're going to be going over principle 2 of high intensity training the Mike Mentzer way. Yesterday we went over identity. Today it'll be the second principle, intensity. And as I stated yesterday, I don't have anything wrote down in front of me. Whenever I go through and I read these principles while I'm doing my cycling in the gym, I'll write it down in my notes on my phone or type it out in my notes on my phone. And then when I do these videos, I try to remember as much as I can that I wrote down or typed out, and also try to remember, maybe it'll jog my memory a little more of what I read. And so it's helping in a couple of ways. It's helping me try to get a better, deeper understanding of what the principles are. There's 7 of them, which is the foundation for the ideal principled workout, which are the workouts we've been doing. It's made up of 4 different workouts. And so I'm just trying to get a better understanding of, and get some more depth to it, so that way if I ever got a question during a workout, or maybe if somebody asks me a question in the comments, I'll be more equipped to answer a question if I can just reach back in my memory bank and pull from those principles. So intensity, according to Mike, in a bodybuilding contest, or context, is percentage of one's ability that they're capable of exerting. So when you talk about intensity in a workout, let's say you're doing 10 reps. The way he explains it is, let's say you're curling 100 pounds and you can do 10 reps. Well, obviously that first rep is going to be the least intense, and then once you get up to that 10th rep, if that's your last rep because you failed, you went to momentary positive muscular failure, then that'll be the most intense rep because you had to do more work to get that rep completed. So one would say, which one was more productive? Was it the first rep or was it the last rep? Well, obviously the last rep would be more productive, and nobody would argue that. And he goes on to talk about how if you've watched any of the workout videos, you've seen it where I've said our goal for let's say a triceps press down would be 6 to 10 reps, and then I'll add to failure to that. So the number of reps is a negative factor according to Mike. What the important part is that you go to failure. Obviously you want to get within a rep range because you don't want to turn it into a marathon. But so if you're starting out and you're going for 6 to 10 reps and you get to that 9th rep and you realize you got more than 10 reps in, you don't stop at 10, carry it on past that, because you want to reach that breakover point that Mike talks about, where whether it's between 6 to 10 reps, whether it's the 7th rep or the 8th rep, you don't know where that breakover point is, or that point that you could stop at to get maximum muscle growth, the way that I understand it. So if you get within that 6 to 10 rep range and you go to momentary positive muscular failure, then it can be said that you at least reached the breakover point, because obviously you can't lift a weight anymore because you went to positive muscular failure. So that ensures that you went over the breakover point, and that your body had to dip into its reserve ability, which it has a limited reserve ability. So with that being said, once you dip into it, your body will prepare for the next assault on its muscles, which is your next workout that you'll do. In order to prepare for that next workout, since you went to failure and you trained with maximum intensity on the positive part, then your body will first you stimulate growth, and then you recover, and then you build muscle. And the building of the muscle is your body saying, okay, well, we had this happen to us the last time that you did your training, and it was absolutely brutal and went over the breakover point, and so we need to get ready for it to happen again. Your body wants to adapt to that. So then it goes on to talk about you've got three different movements of your range, or your reps. So if you're doing a curl, or you're doing a press, or any sort of range for whatever lift you're doing, deadlift, whatever, you got three different movements, or ranges in that rep. So you've got the positive, which would be the lifting of the weight. You've got the static, which would be the holding of the weight, and then you've got the negative, which would be the lowering of the weight. And so you can hold more weight than you can lift, and you can lower more weight than you can hold. So your muscle is in its strongest position whenever it's lowering weight. And then he talks about where you can't be said to have trained with 100% intensity unless you've exhausted all three of those rep ranges. So whenever we do our workouts, we go to positive muscular failure, which is just on the lifting part. And then depending on what exercise we're doing, if I can do some force reps through using body weight or something like that, I might get a couple of more reps in like that, to take it on past the point of muscular failure, positive muscular failure, through forced reps. Would be a lot easier if I had a workout partner. I could do that more frequently, and maybe I don't need to do it right now necessarily. Still trying to get used to all of it, so it might be a good thing that I'm not doing that right now. However, it might not be a bad thing, but right now we're just going to positive muscular failure and then getting a few force reps in here and there. But so that's what I can remember about reading from the second principle of intensity. The key takeaways are, during the set, which we only do one set when we do a workout, for like if we're going to do close grip palms up pull downs, we'll just do one set. Or if we're doing tricep press downs, we'll do one set. Everything is one set. Might have 4 or 5 exercises within that workout, but each workout is one set. And that's not to get the warm-up sets confused with it either, because those are not training to maximum intensity or positive muscular failure. So we don't get those warm-up sets confused with the working set. So the takeaways are, when you're doing that set, if you go to at least positive muscular failure, then you will have reached that breakover point, or you've went over that breakover point. So your body, if you give it enough time to recover, the fact that you did that last seemingly impossible rep and then got to where you couldn't lift a weight anymore, no matter how hard you tried, made your body dip into its limited reserve ability. So if you give yourself enough time to recover between workouts, your body will recover, and then it'll build muscle to prepare for the next time you work out, because your body wants to adapt and anticipate that next workout and make sure that it doesn't get caught with its pants down, basically. That it's able to withstand that and more, what you're going to throw out during the next workout. So that was the big takeaway for me from it. And then also the positive, static, and negative. I've went over that many times, and it's helped because I got a pretty good idea, I think, or understanding of it. And also, the other thing that really caught me was you can't say that you've trained to maximum intensity until you've exhausted all 3 rep ranges, the positive, static, and negative. And as we progress in these discussions and these topics, we'll get into more about how the workouts that I'm doing aren't the only workouts that you can do with high intensity training. Right now I'm doing the ideal principled workout out of the book, High Intensity Training the Mike Mentzer Way by John Little. And in that book there's more workouts to be done, but so long as I'm seeing progress with what we're doing now, I'm going to continue to do it, and I have been seeing progress. And we're also in a calorie deficit, so I'm not really expecting to gain a lot of muscle. I'm expecting to maintain and possibly gain a little muscle, but I'm not expecting anything huge right now. And if you watched yesterday's video of Principle 1 Identity, you'll know that May 15th, I believe, is when I'll stop the calorie deficit and I'll go into a calorie surplus, and then that's when we'll see what happens as far as building muscle. So responded to a couple of comments today. One was, I responded to one comment. I can't remember if I said thank you on the other one or not, but they were both on the 6-week transformation video that I uploaded a few days ago. Somebody asked me how much weight did I lose in that 6 weeks, and it was about 20 to 25 pounds. And without a doubt, I lost some muscle in there, I'm sure. But I'm going to give it another, I think, probably 5 weeks now, which will be May 15th. And then that's when we'll eat in a calorie surplus. But, so, yeah, that's the deal. That's all I can think of to go over right now. Today I'm going to go in the gym. I haven't been in yet. Yesterday's video over identity was right after I got out of the gym from cycling. Today I'm fixing to go into the gym, but today's principle I'm going to read about, I think, is duration, if I remember right. So I'm going to go in there and get on the cycle and do 7 or 8 miles probably, and then do the reading on the 3rd principle. And I think I said yesterday that my plan is to read a principle every day, because they're not that long in the book, and I read it on my phone. But just read one principle a day, because there's 7 principles. If you read one a day, you can do all 7 in a week, and then just keep going through that cycle and keep making notes and keep making videos regarding the principles, along with the workouts and other things. But get a better, clearer understanding of it, and then I'm sure reading into the principles, it'll have me branch off into different topics, because there's some things that he talks about in the book, like in the principle of identity, for instance, that he talks about, like the law of causality and things like that, which I don't know anything about. So maybe that'll cause me to dive deeper into that to get a better understanding of what he talks about with that, or with logic and reasoning and whatnot. More of a philosophical take on things that he has. So anyway, I believe that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.